I'm sure every town or city has that one house at the end of the street. That one dilapidated house looming over the neighborhood. You don't really know why it's so creepy and dreadful. The neighborhood kids tell stories of what happened there. A murder? A suicide? It differs from person to person. That dilapidated house just lies there, dark and dreary, and its appearance suggests only one thing. It's haunted. Theatrics aside, I'm surprised to say we have yet to cover an urban legend about a haunted house yet. It's weird really, considering haunted houses are some of the oldest urban legends out there. About every city has one, I think. That old creepy looking house that looks like it came straight out of a horror movie. Well, I suppose it's time to change that. And given that I am, Mexican American and all, might as well cover an urban legend straight from Mexico. The Monterrey house. In Monterrey, Mexico, there resides a house that the locals don't dare to go near. Stories of ghosts and demons scare everyone away, and everyone who lives near that area tries their best not even to walk by it. The haunted house, known locally as La Casa de Aramberi, the House of Aramberi, has seen its fair share of ghost sightings. Paranormal investigators have visited the haunted house, only to never want to come back again. People have seen the spirits of two women who were allegedly murdered years ago, their souls never able to rest in peace. Today, the house is run down and officially owned by the city, but it wasn't always that way. According to legend, it was the home of the richest family in the city. In 1933, a man lived there with his wife, Florinda, and their daughter, Antonieta. In typical fashion, the family was happy and never really had much to worry about until one unfortunate day. One morning, the father left for work, leaving his wife and child alone in the house. Not long afterward, a trio of men managed to break into the house and attacked the two women. Rumors of the family owning a large chest of silver coins spread around the city, and these three assumed that the chest must have been in the house. They tied up the women and demanded to know where it was. They brutally tortured the pair in the dining room, and eventually, they were killed. Allegedly, once the bodies were discovered, several officers had to leave the house because of how gruesome the murders were. It was a horrific sight, one not typically seen in that area. Florinda and Antonieta had been completely decapitated, and their heads were hanging on the chandelier, tied to a thread. The investigation was in fact very difficult for the police. There had been no witnesses, and the door showed no signs of forced entry. Though I suppose there actually was one witness, the family's pet parrot. Strangely, it was actually very instrumental to the case. While investigating, the parrot just started screeching, "No me mates, Gabriel! Don't kill me, Gabriel." It was repeating the last words of Florinda, and when questioned, the father came to the realization that his own nephew, Gabriel, had murdered his family. Police soon arrested the greedy murderer, and when questioned, he confessed to the whole thing, and had planned the robbery with his two brothers. Though at the behest of the father, instead of rotting away in prison, the police took the three intruders out into the desert and shot them in the back of their head. Their death paraded around the neighborhood. Apparently, ever since then, this house has been the site of many supernatural occurrences. Like stated earlier, people report spotting two ghosts, the spirits of the women who died there. Every so often, people also hear a haunting cry coming from the house. Hauntings don't end there though. If you go into the bedroom of the house, you will find a portrait of Florinda, and her eyes will follow you as you move about the bedroom. Others report that the image will soon begin to distort and even change expressions, or become completely disfigured. The house would eventually be closed to the public, as several teenagers would often break in the hopes of witnessing something paranormal. The police would later bar the outskirts of the property, with a large wire fence. Quite the chilling tale if you ask me. I think from all the legends we've actually covered, this one seems the most like a spooky campfire tale you tell to your friends to get a rise out of them. Anyhow, is the legend real? Well, who knows? While I seemingly can't find any reports of the crime that happened there, pretty much everyone in that small town in Mexico believes the legend to be real, and claim that the house is in fact actually haunted. Moreover, many have apparently seen ghosts there, to the point that it becomes routine to see them. Either way, if you are somehow ever in that area, let me know if you catch something. As rumor has it, if you pass by the house, you could catch a glimpse of some shadowy figure lurking by the window.